Hi everybody, here's a little tour of our N-scale small layout. This is, you might call this update number 1 or the beginning update. We started this guy during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020. So we had some time on our hands and Elan and I got started. So maybe I'll show you a couple of pictures of us working outside, getting the table together. In the beginning, we wanted to use anything that we already had in the garage. But since then, I don't know, we invested a little bit into it and yeah, we got into it. Let's just say that. First of all, we got this racking right here from Menards, which is convenient. It's freestanding. And then we built the table, showing you some pictures. And then it's really only fastened in one spot. We put a 2x4 across over there. That's the only thing that we really fastened to the wall. Otherwise, what do we have going on? What is the idea? First of all, Elan right now is standing in our yard. So this little section right here comes out. These are two ends right here. But we'll call this the yard. Let's start with the rivers. We're in the Twin Cities. We're St. Paul folk. Right now, a suburb of St. Paul. But basically, if you look at a map, we have the Mississippi River coming in right here. And then it takes a little turn. And it's going to head down that way. So we're going to have a little river scene here. Now with that, the Mississippi River splits. Oh, Elan put the railer on the main line. The Mississippi River in the Twin Cities splits Minneapolis and St. Paul. So what we're going to do is represent a couple of staple spots in Minneapolis here. We already got First Avenue up. We like going to concerts. We're music people, so we had to put that in there. And then this area right here will be St. Paul. And the main focus is going to be the Union Depot, downtown St. Paul. That's right in front, or the river's right in front of the Union Depot. So that's going to be right in this area. This little bit of river on this side is going to flow this way, and it comes into the Mississippi River, and it's quite accurate actually, but this will be representing the Minnesota River that ends in the Mississippi River. Right here, we are going to have a mini farm scene as of now. That could change, we'll see. But I think we're going to represent Lyons, Nebraska right here because we have cousins in Lyons, Nebraska that do some farming. This little corner is we're going to think about that one for a while just because we have little hands that are usually grabbing along here. So we're going to save that for later. We have our control panel. We use good old Kato. Got our switches hooked up. Made this little table. Under here is going to be space for switches. For example, we have our Woodland Scenics just plug switch here for First Avenue. Got all those lights in there, so that's cool. Let's see, I think two things. Well, this little area, we're not sure what we're going to represent here. It's probably going to be more of the St. Paul scene, the Union Depot, and then the tracks come out here. Bruce Vento Park, etc. I think is what we're going to do here. But up here, we're going to represent northern Minnesota, and we're going to represent Ely, Minnesota, for my grandpa Thor, who recently passed away. So that's going to be kind of fun. Log cabin, at least the water tower from Ely, just as a representation. Now off to our one last thing over here. First of all, this yard is going to have to extend out. We already have plans to extend. But the freeway right here. So we have the river in pink, and then I'm working right now on the roadway that's on the river. And this basically is going to represent Warner Road, Shepherd Road, that comes along the river downtown St. Paul. And then we're going to imagine that it magically turns into Interstate 94 and crosses the Mississippi River. Once again, we have to do some imagining here. And then it's gonna head into the Lowry Tunnel right here. So we're gonna cut this little spot out and make the tunnel, and it'll be a tunnel to nowhere, but it'll have lighting and it'll represent the Lowry Tunnel in Minneapolis. The bridge to St. Anthony Falls, so that's pretty sweet. And then another bridge back there. So that is our layout as of now. The long way, we're over 6 feet. I already had a little extension here, 6.5 feet maybe. And then originally from these two sides, just shy of 4 feet, but then this little outcropping right here, 4 feet is about halfway. So originally it's about a 4x6 layout, and it's growing. It's getting a little bit bigger. So there you have it. That is our update number 1. That's it. Thanks.
I won't be here no more. My time here has come to an end. Do svidaniya to all my comrades. Think of all the good times we've had. And I'll say sayonara. I won't be here tomorrow. This parting is happy, not sad. We fought one another and stood side by side, laughed at each other.